Across the Atlantic. Why are some of us fonder of travel than others? Inga tinge mi chen khat hi midang ain zin hi nuam kan ti ti zona min zo ni. What are the advantages of being a habitual traveler? Enge heng zin mi zin nuam ti ho hi etia anan zin kwal reng hi enge achat big na ti min zo le ni. Here is an exciting story that introduces you to the unpredictable but exciting world of travel. Zan heng zo na min zo te hi he lesson a hianin enge achat big na enge anom big na ti kha min shil chiang do na ni min shil fia do na ni. All right. And let's begin with the lesson. The Atlantic is about 5,000 kilometers wide between New York and England. Only big ships can cross the ocean safely, but two young men crossed it in a small boat. The two men were George Harbaugh and Frank Samuelson. They built a boat about 5 meters long and 1.5 meters wide. At each end of the boat, there was a tank for fresh water. A man named Fox gave them a big sum of money for building the boat, so they called the boat Fox. So, Atlantic Ocean to kan chiatro. Atlantic Ocean te kan neya, Indian Ocean te kan neya, Pacific Ocean te po kan neya, Arctic Ocean po omani. Map ka lo enta ula. So he Atlantic Ocean hi New York le England in kara aniya. He Tuipui Atlantic Ocean hi kilometer sangalaya zawani. Okay, kilometer sangalaya tuyani. He New York le England in kara hi aning kara che khanin kilometer sangalayo omani chu. Alright. Chon he tuipui hi a zaw e mawangin a thui e mawangin long tero te tan khanin zin ngai na omlowani anti long lian pui tan chau khanin himdam takin azin thayani anti ma se chutiang an soi na chung chuanin chian pani George Harbaugh ti le Frank Samuelson te chuanin long tero te mangkhanin he Atlantic Ocean hi an phang chuakani an zin chuakani. Alright. New York changin England khanin kalturin longtiro te kha an panin an siamani. Okay. Chuanin an longtiro te siam chu a sei zongin meter nga ania awang zongin meter khat le chanve chawa zawani. Alright. Chuan kanchia chawang khanin tuipui a tui om shim chu a alani a in thei lawani chuwang chuanin he mita chandun pani hianin an longtero te siama chon trin anda ni chu trina chuanin tui thianglim anin tur te kha anda thlia ni. Alright. Chuan an longtero te siam nan chuanin mi pakhat Fox ti ming pu chuanin poisa tam taka pe ni chuan an lomoi mawangin chu pa ming choi chuan an longtero te chu an satani. Alright. Since it was going to be a long voyage, they stored plenty of food, water and oil in the boat. They also fixed a small oil stove at the front end of the boat. He an zin kong voyage ti chu zin kong mo an zin hun chung tur an zin kong kha arei don mawang khanin he longtero te an siama hianin tui thiang lim an in tur te ei tur mo chi sang an mamo tur ang te an dawa chuan tel an mamo turang te po an da ve ni chuanin he longte a hianin stove tereu te an da tel bokani a chan chu an eile in siam nan khanin an da tel ani. Alright. On 6 June 1896, a crowd gathered at New York Harbor. They looked at the great ocean and the small boats. When will you reach England? Asked one of them. Chuan June niruk sangkha zaria somkwa paruka chuanin New York Harbor. New York chu state mingani mo ram mingani. Harbor kan ti chu longchol na munani. Alright. Chuan he June niruk sangkha zaria somkwa paruka hianin New York Harbor a chuanin mipui tam tak kha ankal khomani anpung khomani. Chuan chutia zin chuak tur mo tuipui an khanin longtiro te lo mani he mi te chandun pani George Harbaugh le Frank Samuelson te kha zin turin an lo in po cha me kani. chuan chutia an han en chuanin mi pakhat chu mi zinga mi pungkhawm mo kalkhawm zinga mi pakhat chuanin engti khuna nge England in thlen theiang ti khan zona azotani. In about 2 months, said Harbo. Where will you go from there? Asked another man. To France, said Samuelson. How much water is there in the tanks? About 2.50 liters. How will you cook your food? On that small oil stove. Well, good luck to you. Chuanin chutia zona han zo taka chuanin George Harbo chuanin mi pakhat khanin engti khuna nge England in thlenang ti khan zona zo tani tro chu mi chan zona chu George Harbo chuanin thlani vela kan thlen karing ti khan a chang ani chuan midang khanin chuan England in thlen huna chuanin khoya chuta in thlen hun vela chuan khoya nge inkal le ang mun dang inkal le do nem ti khanin zona zot le ni chuan a chanpa pakhat Frank Samuelson khanin France kan kal le don ti khanin a chang le ni chuan I tui in turte in paya kha in tui in tur kha enge engzat nge mo a tam zong engzat nge ti khan an zot le ni chuan chuta chuanin liter ni le chan ve vel ani anti ni an tui thiang lim ken kha liter ni le chan ve chu Coca-Cola bur lian hi liter khat lo ni ta ni chu mi bur ni ang vel chau chu ni chu an tui payang chu mo liter ni le chan ve chu ma se kan tiang khan liter ni le chan ve chau chu ni lo ta trin mun thum mun li vela khanin heng tui thiang lim dan tur trin kha an da ni chu ta chuanin liter ni le chan ve theu khalo leng ta se chu an nei ve no la ni chu mo chuan ingting nge in eile in tur te in siamang ti khan zon nan zot le a chu an mani khanin hei hetilaya stove mo terote kan siama hianin kan ne eile in tur te chu kan siam thai mai ang ti khanin an chang le ni chuan heng mi pui pungkhom an mani motor shim shima pungkhom ho khanin ole twang takin in kaldon nia ti khanin an thla liam ani right. At 5 p.m. the fox started. The fox kan ti chu an long ming kha fox ani kha chuan tlai dar nga a khanin a he chandun te pani hianin New York Harbor atang khanin zin chak turin an kaltani. All right, the people cheered ti chu an lo lo mani. Okay. Harbo and Samuelson rowed the boat from 8 in the morning till noon every day. Then they ate their lunch and rested for an hour. They rowed again until supper. Supper titu zanria. All right. At night, one of them rowed while the other slept. This was the routine that they had worked out for their transatlantic voyage. Chuan hemete pani hi an chandun Harbo le Samuelson te hianin zing dariat atangin zing dariat atanga chhun thleng kha an long hi an kar thin ani right chuanin darkar khachung an chole ni chu darkar khachung chuanin an eitur ang te kha an eya chol ha dam na hun te an nei thin ani darkar khachung chu zing dariat atanga chhun thleng kha an long hi an kara chuan chu mi nuwa chuanin darkar khachung an in turte an ei turang ang tikhan eya chuanin chol hadam na hun an nei le ni chuanin tlai zanria ei kil mo an eile an ma an siam ma chung kha an long chuan na chu an kar le ngat ani chuanin zan lama chuan mo zan rei lama chuanin pakhat amut lain pakhatin he long hi alo karani chu chuanin anin ti chok zak ani chu alright. The sea was calm for the first few days. The boat made about 80 kilometers a day. The men were happy. Everything was going according to plan. The sea was calm, C-A-L-M, calm, ati chu re. Mo, thi po atle lawa, tui pui kha, tui phone te kha anna lawani. Alright. Chuan ni an zinna changa enge ni thumli nga mo kar khatnu te amo khatyang sung kha chuanin tui pui te kha alian lawani thli te kha atle lawa tui kha ange a phone kha anna lawa an mani po kha an mani tan po khan har satna asiam lawa ol sam takin an zin kong chu an kal chun zom zelani engma har satna tok lovin chuan engkim kha an du angin mo an lo hisap angin thila thleng veka an mani po kha an lim mani ati. All right. On 14 June, a strong wind blew. It took the boat about 32 kilometers backwards. By the first week of July, the wind became very strong. Wave after wave broke over the Fox. One man tried to throw the water out of the boat while the other rowed. Chutia thamuang taka anum lai chuanin June ni som pali achang khanin thina tak tak kha aron tle chan ta ni chuan thli anat pau le tui phone kha anatel tel don ani alright chuan chutia thli an tle ta ka chuanin tui phone te anatel tela an mani po kha an long kha apmalam zong ka luin anung lam zongin atol ani tui khanin anung zongin akal tir zel ani chu alright chuan July tha an thleng ta ni July thatir kar phei kha chu tui phone te anat em awangin le thli te atle na sat em awang khanin ma an son theimeu lo ni an long chunga te khanin tui te kha ron ruta pakhatin long akar lain pakhatin tui an long chunga tui lo lut chu alo pai chuak mol molani chu alright. Suddenly a huge wave hit the boat. It turned the little boat over. The men were thrown overboard. With great difficulty, they set the boat right and climbed into it. I want to sleep, said Samuelson wearily. So do I, said Harbo. Chuan kan soita kan thli te ana tel tela tui pui te mo tui te kha a phone te kha ana tel tel ani chu an mani po khan har sana chi sang sang kha an tok chhota nok nok ani chu chuanin tui pui phone na tak le thlina tak chuanin an mani an po chu long atang chuanin tuya apai tha a an long po chu ala ling zong in om ta ni mo chuan chuta chuanin an thei patop chhuak khanin an pani an chumit hemita chanun pani hianin long chu siam thadan tumani mo an zong adik zong om tir khan tum leya engtin tin moni khanin an siam thatheini an mani po kha longa chuanin an chong kai leya cha an chau ta em awang khanin mo thi te atlai ra sa kan ti kha tui pui phone te po anani chu da chuanin Frank Samuelson zok chuanin George Harbo bula chuanin I want to sleep mo kamu tu chuak ngai mai kamu chak ngai mai ti khan achan pa chu shirani chu chuan achan pa George Harbo po chuanin ke po kamu chak ngai mai ti khanin alo chang vele ni chu. They slept for a long time. Then they woke up. They discovered that there were only a few biscuits in a tin and a little water in the tank. They were hungry and thirsty. What shall we do? asked Harbo. When will we meet a ship? asked Samuelson. What will happen to us? They asked each other. So an chau tak em awang khanin an pani chuanin long te a chuanin an long mo thlota ni an har le meu chuanin an ril te lo drama an tui te lo halani chuan an eitur da that ang te an tui in tur da that ang de chu an ena ma se tui khatia an long an le lin avta ka wang khanin an eitur da that chen khat te kha alo bo chhuak ani mo an tui in tur da thatang te kha alo bo chhuak ani chuan eitur biscuit lem te ba kha alo om to lova alo bang to lova chuan tui thiang lim in tur pakhat lem te ba kha lo bang to lova ni mase an zin kong tur kha ala thui sia ala rei don sia chuta chuanin George Harbo jok chuanin a chen pa hne na engtinge kan tiang ti khana zot ani chuan chumia chuanin a chen pa Frank Samuelson chuanin ti khuna nge longdang kan huang le ti khana lo zot vele ni an pani chuanin engtin nge kan nomta kang le kha anin ti ni mo chuan when they had almost given up hope, fortune smiled on them. On 15th July, they met a ship. The captain of the ship took them aboard and gave them a good meal. He also stocked up the Fox with fresh water and food. Chutia an beidon to lama mo be se na po an nei to lo lama chuanin van nei na kha an chunga lo tla ni long lian kha an mani om na lama chuanin a local ta ni chuta long lian captain chuanin heta kan longa lo long kai ro lo chuang kai ro ti khani na soma hemita chen dun pani hi an lon kaya an chuang kaya chuan heta an long kai na an chuan kai na hianin ei tur te an lo pe ni mo in tur te ei le in tur te an lo pe ni chuan heta an long ton captain hianin an long te rauh te a chuanin ei tur ang te in tur ang te an mamo tur ang te kha alo da sak teu bawk ani chu. Alright. The fox was again on its way. The men were strong and cheerful again. On 1st July, they saw land. After 55 days on the high sea, they were on land again. They were in England. They had crossed the great Atlantic in a small boat. Chuan chutia eile in turte an han da chata ka chuanin an jin kong chu an zo chhun zom le ta ni chu. Chuanin July kati August ni khata an thlen na mun tur England chu ni som nga panga nuwa an han thleng ta ni chu. Right. An chwani kha 6th June ani kha mo chuanin an chwa ma a zona an zo kha eng ti khuna nge England in thlenang ti khan zona an zo ta ni kha tro chuan chuta an chan na chu thani nuwa after 2 months a kan thlen kan ring ti khan an chang ani ma se hemi te chen dun pani hi van neina an chunga alo tla a kan ti kha min longlian lo chuanin Atlantic Ocean a zin ngai na love an ti kha an chen dun pani hianin an long siam te rau te mang chuanin thani po dai lo mo thani an mang tling lo che che ni som nga panga chungin an thlen na mun tur an jin kong chu alo top ta ni an thlen na mun tur an ti nge England chu an thleng ta ni chu himdam takin an thleng ta ni chu mi ina an soi longlian chawin ati azin thei ani ti chu an ni chuanin a chu tiang ani love longte pon azin thei ni ti kha an ti chiang ani. Right. And that is the end of the lesson.